Welcome back to Patriot Network TV. I want to talk about one of the most destructive things that President Obama has done in his administration so far. Recently, he put out a new standard that he wants to be in place by 2025, and this is part of the CAFE standards. And he wants the average, by law in America, he wants the average car to get 56.2 miles per gallon by 2025. Now, forget for a second that there's not one car sold in the US today that averages 56.2 miles per gallon. Not even on the highway, not even the hybrids. The Toyota Prius, the best of the lot in terms of total gas mileage, gets 51 on the highway and 48 in town. Okay, the best non-hybrid is the 2012 Honda Civic, and it gets 41 miles per gallon, and that's the average. Okay, now the overall average for all vehicles in the United States is 33 miles per gallon, and he has put this policy in place that he wants passed as a new law that it's going to be 56.2 miles per gallon for the average of the fleet. Now, forget just for a minute, forget the fact that Mr. Obama is just absolutely incompetent. He's not an engineer. He doesn't understand engineering. He doesn't even understand economics. First line in any good economics textbook is everything in life is a choice. Everything's a trade-off. And if you want more of this good, you're going to have less of this good. That's called opportunity cost. So if you want to have very, very high mileage vehicles, you either have to have vehicles that are lighter, you have to have a miracle, or you have to have a breakthrough in technology. Now, ceteris paribus, holding all else constant in economic analysis, when we look at a demand that all cars average 56.2 miles per gallon by 2025, that means that every single new car that could meet that standard is going to be much more expensive. Why? Because we'll have to build it with carbon fiber or titanium or some new technology. That also means that the cars will be necessarily, under my policy of cap and trade, the price of electricity will necessarily skyrocket. It also means the cars have to be much, much smaller. Now, that means that lower middle class and lower class, we always break it as an economist into 5 quintiles. The top 20%, upper class, next 20%, upper middle class, in the middle, with 2 above and 2 below is the middle class, then lower middle class and lower class. Those 2 bottom quintiles, that bottom 40%, will not be able to afford these new vehicles, so they'll continue to drive large vehicles. When the large vehicle runs into the small carbon fiber vehicle, what will happen? Traffic fatalities, according to the data, will go up. Now, these are just engineering facts. This is what you run into. Absent, as the author of this little article says, absent a miracle, we are not going to get smaller, lighter, more fuel-efficient vehicles without having an increase in total highway deaths. Now, when I was a senior in high school, we were killing about 58,000 people a year. We're down to about 30,000 a year that we kill on the highways. That is a huge and significant, because we've got tons more people driving and they're driving more miles. But we've done that on the basis of seat belts, airbags, bigger vehicles. The only profit that's been made by Chrysler, General Motors, and Ford in North America for the last 20 years is light trucks and SUVs. If you need to have 56.2 miles per gallon, that's just a backdoor way of saying we're going to make the SUV and the light pickup truck illegal. Now, President Obama already did this. He did this when he was in Chicago, and he did it this way. You can't, because of the Second Amendment, you can't make guns illegal, but they put a $100 a bullet tax on bullets. Well, the guns don't work very well without bullets. Vehicles that have to get 56 miles to the gallon, 56.2, are not going to be capable of safe operation at highway speeds. Just not going to be. And you'll get the first canard to the left will be, well, once everybody's in this vehicle, doesn't matter. You're still going to run into bridge abutments. You're going to, which would you rather hit a bridge abutment in? Your Chevy Suburban or the smart car? Candy bar dog dropping, candy bar dog dropping. You can figure this out. Now, one more thing on this. This is so consistent with the overall approach of President Obama. He acts as if there's this huge capitalist cabal in place that deliberately has restricted fuel efficiency. He acts as if he waves the magical regulatory wand. You can instantly make cars get 56.2 miles to gallon. This is one of the problems with having lawyers do anything. engineers understand there's always a trade-off. Weight, strength, economy. There's a trade-off. You cannot snap your fingers, wave the regulatory wand, and force cars to get 56.2 miles per gallon. Can't do it. This is just a sneaky backdoor way of making the pickup truck, the light pickup truck, and the SUV illegal. That's the intent of this. And by the way, Secretary Chu, Secretary of Energy, his goal is what? $10 a gallon for gas. So, last thought for today. Buy big, drill baby drill. We don't need to worry about it.